Welcome back to this week's Beauty Business Mindset podcast. This is Celeste. I am so excited for this episode. Today's episode, let's agree to disagree. I have done three different interviews. I am going to be actually four different interviews with four different guests. I am going to be releasing them in the next 3 weeks. And I wanted to first begin with this episode on the importance of being respectful in being able to disagree. And why am I talking about this? Because I love bringing on guests into my podcast where we're able to have a healthy dialogue, conversation, coffee time, like I'm having my coffee, having your coffee, tea, water, whatever your preference of drink is. And we're having a real heartfelt conversation on being able to agree and disagree on different type of subjects and themes going on. And the following four guests that I am going to be showcasing in my podcast, we may not agree 100% on everything. We may have different experiences and things that we have experienced with different people within our industry. But the beauty of it is that we could get to have a conversation, talk about it, be able to share different points of views. And in this world full of information with social media, where did that go? Where did we lose the ability and capability of being able to say, hey, I love Lisa Frank. If you don't know who Lisa Frank is, when I was in fourth grade, I always wanted a Lisa Frank notebook, and I wanted a folder, and I wanted a pencil case with the cool little pencils. It was just like rainbow, beautiful colored animals and prints, and it was so fun and so cute. And some people weren't into Lisa Frank. Some of them were really into Hello Kitty, the cute little kitty. I remember they had its own store at a mall. Probably like 45 minutes from where I live, because it was so popular. So you were like either Hello Kitty or you were really into Lisa Frank, right? Those were the two things. And we each had different things. And one of my best friends and I happened to differ on our preference of Lisa Frank versus Hello Kitty. And it was okay. We still were able to be friends and best friends and develop that relationship. Why am I saying this today? Because I really, really welcome everybody listen to my podcast. If you're listening today to this podcast, be willing and be brave to put out there who you truly are and what you believe in. I really hope that we start getting more into a change as a society and on social media especially, that there is not one fucking size fits all. There is not one formula for everybody. And I really want to share this from the bottom of my heart. So I am a high school graduate. That's as much education as I got, except for my licenses in insurance, which I let go, and my licenses cosmetology, which I went a year to school for, and all the education I did afterwards. And I know my husband, he's not a high school graduate. He's fine with me saying that. He has a very successful business. I have been successful too in my own ways and with my business and in other things that I've done. And I'm sharing this because according to what we were brought up with, right, we should have gone to college, and to make a certain over 100,000, you had to go to college, and all this bullshit that we were brought up with. And that is not true. And I'm not saying this to bring the money conversation into this. I'm not saying this that it's right or wrong. I'm just saying this as an example that life is not just one size fits all. There are different people out in the world who have not gone through traumatic experiences, who have not suffered in their life, that are doing amazing things with their lives, that are empowering or are helping, not empowering, that are helping other people, that are teaching others how to also level up their business or their income or their mentality. There is people out there who are doing things differently than we are. And that's the beauty of being in business. That's the beauty of having our own business. We got into this because we wanted to set things under our own perimeters, under our own guidelines of what it meant to have our business and how it was going to run and how it was going to feel, right? Things that I do in my business may not make any sense to anybody else, but it does to me. And that's the beauty of it. And I just really, to this episode is not about this is how to do this and the 3 things to not do and the 5 things to do. It is not a checklist episode. It's more about let's take a little time to tune back into our hearts, to tune back into ourselves, that it's okay that we are all deciding to do different things. I come from the background of being a hair colorist and being a blonding specialist. And one of the beautiful things that I've learned about blonding is it's not one size fits all. I never did, even if it was a full highlight where not one piece of hair was left out in my client's hair. It was never the same application. It would never started the same. It was always different. And it's because it had a science to it, right? At least in my head. And somebody else may disagree. They may decide to do a full blonde highlight, and for them, it doesn't mean every single piece of hair goes into a foil. And that's okay. And that's what I mean. Where did we lose our capability of being able to disagree respectfully, right? That, hey, a full highlight may mean one thing for one person, another thing for me. When did we lose our capacity to be able to hear other people out? I know all of my friendships. I don't know about you. Let me know. I love them. DMs right now on Instagram for me have been a headache. So I apologize if I'm not getting back to you. Also, if you don't follow me or I don't follow you back, sometimes it goes into another folder that I don't always get to. But I did want to share with you this. I am spend a lot of time on Pinterest, okay, and more time now on TikTok because my Instagram is acting up so much. But we are all here in this beautiful world for a limited amount of time. And we have businesses and we grow and outgrow things. I thought I was going to be in insurance for the rest of my life. I am not. I thought I was going to be doing hair color for the rest of my life, and I am not. And it's not that we're indecisive or I'm indecisive. It just means that, life has thrown a few lemons and I'm making lemonade out of it. And it's okay. I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me, nor do I expect them. So I do business differently. So I invite you today to really tune back in more into your heart, to really tune back in more into your intuition or your gut feeling or those butterflies or that feeling that you get when you should do something before it's trending, before somebody tells you to. With all this knowledge and information, I feel, and let me know if you feel this way, sometimes I feel like I lost my own power of intuitively knowing what to do next, because there's this experts and there's this, this is the way to do it, and all these methods and all this information, where we start losing our why, where we start losing our voice, where we start losing our own capability of choosing what's best and what's next for us. And as with this change, I've been really thinking, taking a step back, like, who do I want my mentors to be for the next year? Who do I want to keep helping me, right? To level up to that next level, and just, interviewing in regards to like one-on-one calls with different people to see if I'm going to work with them or not, and also finding my next mentors and things. I realized that I am no longer seeking for people to tell me this is the method, how you do 1 + 1 is 2. I'm no longer looking, I never have. I just like to get people's input. I'm no longer really willing to share and open my heart out to people, because sometimes they take advantage of that. So I'm more intuitive of who I open up my heart and in what spaces I can do that. I'm really more open into hearing other people's perspectives. I'm really being open and I've never liked, and I don't work with mentors that tell me what to do. It's more of what they think, it would be a good idea to do. I'm looking more for a different perspective of what worked for them. What are lessons that they've learned, so that I may be able to apply that information and utilize it in my own way, which is what I've been doing this past 4 years. I may take a lot of courses. I may take a lot of education. You may take a lot of education. You may take a lot of courses and informations and podcasts. But most importantly, number one, what are you doing with it? Like, what are you doing with that information? Are you actually taking it into action? Are you implementing? Are you trying it out? And also, are you making it your own? And are you willing to fail and make mistakes? I have failed and made mistakes so many times. And if failure was would make me rich, I would be super rich. But I've learned from those mistakes, and I've gotten better and stronger at different things in my business because of the mistakes that I've made along the way. But also, those mistakes have turned out to be beautiful lessons of actual abundance, whether it's being able to grow a social media account, whether it is to actually monetize my social media content, whether it is to get opportunities to be a paid speaker, to be a paid teacher, to be able to educate other hairstylists or other beauty pros, whatever that information has been, to also touch lives of other people outside of my industry, outside of the beauty industry, that I'm able to touch with the lessons and knowledge on marketing and different things that I've done throughout my business to help them. That is my passion. It's helping other people. And as part of that passion of helping other people, I just really wanted to do a really short and quick episode on the importance of really being more respectful. Just, it takes one person, you guys. If we're in a lake and I throw a rock, that ripple is going to ripple out. It takes one of us to decide that, hey, I may not agree with you, but I'm going to respectfully disagree. It takes one of us to be like, hey, there's many different ways to do so. And if people are not ready or willing to do the right thing, who am I to judge? I am imperfect like everybody else, and my way may not be the way for all. Just like there are so many educators in the beauty industry teaching about money and marketing and reels and all kinds of different things. And I've invested in so many that have been amazing, and some of them that have really not been, as helpful as I thought. We can respectfully disagree. It is not my job to tell everybody what to do, what not to do. And I just think as an educator and as an industry, I just really hope we really get more to a point where we're able to beautifully agree to disagree. I am so freaking grateful for this 4 different amazing humans that I was able to interview for my podcast, to be able to have the safety and the comfort to be able to disagree respectfully in our episodes about different subjects. And I really hope that it's super helpful for you. So remember out there, remember to take all that information. Remember to take this podcast and put it into action. What are you going to do with this information today? And how is it going to make a difference for you in your life and in your business? And most importantly, tune into your power. You know what's right. You know what's wrong. You know what you need to do next. Don't numb out or tune down the voice inside of you and your own intuitive knowledge of what's next and what you should be doing with all this knowledge overload, with all these theories and methods. Don't lose your creativity. Don't lose your fun. And remember that we're all here just sharing our experiences and sharing our knowledge of what has worked and what hasn't worked. And also you're able to do it alone. I just hired my first virtual assistant this week, which I'm so excited because I'm like, finally, I found somebody that I feel like it's a really big asset, and we're going to try it out for a month and see how it goes. But it's just beautiful. You get to different stages in your business, different stages in your life, and you're ready when you're ready. Many people told me to do this years ago. I feel like I'm just got ready to go to that next step and that next stage. So remember to tune in back to yourself. Remember to take in breaks, to relax the shoulders, to release the tension in your jaws. And that's better to be done than to wait to be done perfectly. As you can hear in the background, my 2-year-old is being terrible today. She's banging on the little spoon on my kitchen counter, trying to get my attention as I'm recording this episode for you. So, as leading by example, remember, do the things that you want to imperfectly. You can always tweak it. You can always change it. There's episodes that have beautiful sounds, that is really nice and crisp. There are episodes like this where there's a little bit of background noise, but most importantly, it's about getting the message out. Most importantly, it's about being able to move your business, move your vision forward. So don't forget to listen to your intuition. Don't forget to listen to your inner voice as well. it's beautiful to get outside perspectives and outside information and knowledge, but most importantly, we are the ones who knows what's next, even if it's uncomfortable and people around us may not understand us. Remember the power that you hold within yourself. Remember how much knowledge you already have. And remember that you know more than you think that you know. So much love. I will see you again this week. Bye, love.